Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Caroline Lekono Shodi, Vick-C Coach A. Now, don't forget that teachers are known as co-parents. Teachers are co-parents. And what do we mean by co-parent, or what do I mean by co-parent? A caretaker, a mother to that child, like someone who stands in the gap for a child for some time. That's what co-parent simply means. Yes. Parents and teachers work hand in hand. They work hand in hand to actualize and build up a child. What's really bothering me is this aspect of parents always telling a child to jump class. A child is in nursery 2 and the child was supposed to, or the child is supposed to go to nursery 3. For some schools that have nursery 3 and some school basic 1, that child from the class the child was supposed to go to a higher class. Now that has a lot of effects on children, because you're moving that child above the child's age without you knowing. You are thinking it's just a class. It is not just a class. It is not just a class. So parents, please stop feeling that it's just a class. It's just a one class I'm moving my child from. 1 year in terms of age. So don't think my child is intelligent, my child is in basic 5, or my child is in basic 3. I want my child to go to basic 5 so that the child can write common entrance and start secondary school. You have denied that child a whole one class work, a whole one class learning, a whole one class experience, a whole one class idea. You have denied that child. And education also work with age. The psych might not carry the activity for that class you are pushing the child to at that time. And you are pushing the child to go and overstress his or her brain. So I don't understand. Is it about the money, or you just want the child to just rush up, let people know your child is in secondary school, or your child has written WAEC, your child is in university? Is it about that? Have you considered the consequences of what you are about to do or what you are doing? Because sometimes parents don't know this thing. They just feel it's normal. For crying out loud. When you started school, at what age did you start school? How old were you before you started school? That you want a child of 5 years old to go to basic 2. How? Madam, sir, what are you doing to your child? Don't be in a haste. Stop comparing your children to other people's children. And sometimes when you are pushing this child to another class, the child is intelligent. So I need to push the child. That is very wrong. So please, let's stop it. Parent, comparison is not the key to success, but hard work. So if your child is doing excellently and perfectly well in his or her present class, you don't need to rush the child to go to the next class. Allow the child to go class by class so that that child will achieve the aim of going to school. Every class has its own value, so you don't need to rush your child. Allow your child to achieve the aim of every class. I know that sometimes it's because of money that makes parents say, I want my child in basic 4 to write common entrance and start secondary school, so that the child will not pay the whole basic 5 school fees. I want my child in SS2 to write WAEC, so that my child will start university. You are running away from SS3 school fees. And don't forget, as your child is going to university, SS3 work is what they will start with in the university. There are some certain topics that the university will not deal with the way they ought to. They assume, lecturers assumes that your child already learnt that in their secondary school. You're moving your child from basic 4 to write common entrance. When your child is going to secondary school, JS1, the teachers there assumes that your child have learnt the basic of it. So please stop it. Stop rushing your children. Let them attend their classes as they ought to do. If the fees in that school is too expensive, look for an affordable school and allow that child to learn the way that child ought to learn. Not rushing the child. Stop rushing your children. If your children start comparing you and start rushing you, you shouldn't be in this level that you are. Yes, you shouldn't be in this level that you are. You should be a president or a governor. You should be a multi-millionaire. I don't even know what, you should have asset upon asset. So stop rushing the children. Let them learn the way they ought to learn. No matter how intelligent your child is, every class has its work, from the pre-nursery down to SS3. Okay, let's say this way, if you want to rush your child, move your child from year 1 to year 3. Yes, since it is very necessary that your child needs to finish school on time and start working, move the child from year 1 to year 3. If possible, move the child to final year. Let the child write project, since you want the child to finish at age 10. Please, children learn the way they ought to do. Thank you. I am Oshodi Caroline Lekon, Vick-C Phonics.